Hello and welcome again to another episode of Going Ballistic here on AirgunWebTV. My name is Rick Eutsler.
And I'm Cecil Bays, the Airgun Scout.
Today we're going to take a look at the Walther Terrus and the Walther Parrus. Now these are brought to you by Umarex USA, and each gun has a little bit different feel, a little bit different purpose. You guys have probably already seen the episode of what these guns can do sort of at the bench and in the field. What we want to look at now is how they react to ballistics gel.
Exactly, because we plan on taking these guns out and doing a little bit of hunting with them.
Right, and knowing what they're going to do here in the studio helps us when we get out there to know what's going to be realistic, what's going to work, what isn't going to work.
Exactly.
So we started first with the Terrus. Boy, those names get me sometimes. I have to be really deliberate. We started first with the Terrus, which is essentially a 12 or 13 foot-pound gun, and we're shooting 22 caliber, and we found that that higher elevation, which we were shooting, that the 14.3s really did the best.
Yes.
So we tested the 14.3s first in the ballistics gel. And what'd you think, Cecil?
Well, they performed like they should. You're going to get good penetration for the 12 foot-pound gun. They didn't over-penetrate. It didn't go all outside of the block. But we got good penetration and a good wound channel.
You're right, Cecil. That's what you want out of a good dome pellet. Good, gives you the best long-range accuracy. And we know that this gun at this energy level isn't going to over-penetrate. So if you're hunting smaller game, really great option. The Terrus is a really great option.
Yes, for like backyard garden pesting, or if you're doing some pesting jobs for people around the neighborhood or whatever, you don't have to worry about over-penetration and something on the opposite side.
Very, very important. Very important. Now we also, because this is sponsored by H&N, we want to know what the Baracuda Hunter Extremes do with all of our products too. So we shot the Baracuda Hunter Extremes next, and they dumped a bunch of energy for a 12-foot gun. Right, exactly. So big wound channel, not as much penetration, exactly what those deep hollow points are supposed to give you. Not a ton of expansion, but also not bad either. It's better than nothing, and it's what they're designed to do. You get a lot of energy dump, less penetration, so they're even better on that small game, provided you have the accuracy, and that's really what you got to watch out for. Make sure that whatever you're using has the accuracy at whatever range you're using it on.
Exactly. The domes will get you out a little bit further range than a hollow point will typically.
Yeah, exactly.
There's always an exception to the rule out there.
Right.
But
you don't know until you test it.
Exactly.
So now let's go ahead and step up to the Parrus. Again, these names, I got to keep them straight. The Parrus is a 23, 24 foot-pound gun, at least at sea level, right?
Yeah.
If you're up in the elevations, we know it drops a little bit. But at sea level, where we tested today, we're looking at 23, 24 foot-pounds, which is twice the energy.
Exactly. And it's a little bit heavier. It's a little bit harder to cock.
Yeah, it's all the things you would expect a bigger, heavier, more powerful gun to be.
But you get like a straight pass-through the ballistics gel.
Yeah, we started with the 1813 JSBs, and that's what we found to be the most accurate in this particular rifle. And like we expected, zippity-doo-dah, right through the block. I mean, just right through it, no hesitation.
But if you look at the slow motion, you can see that it did impart energy as it was zipping through the block.
Gave you good energy on impact, gave you good wound channel. So still very effective. Now, I probably, up close, I would probably want to have the Terrus, but if I was shooting at range, or if I was shooting at larger game, like maybe some prairie dogs, because they can be pretty thick. Squirrel, those Ebert squirrels that you like to go hunting. Did I get that name right?
Yes. It depends on where you look. Sometimes they're Alberts, sometimes they're Eberts.
But they're big. I mean, they can be pretty hefty, and they can take a hit. And the more energy you have, the more effective you can be at range, and that's where this more power is really going to help you. Those dome pellets really do a great job for that. Now, we also wanted to see what the Baracuda Hunter Extremes would do, and they did exactly what we knew they were going to do. Boy, it just dumped so much energy, and unlike the dome pellet, it stayed in the block.
Yes, it did, and it just dumped all that energy and kept it right there in the target. So that up-close target, you're going to get less penetration, but more energy dump with the hollow point.
Be very effective on small to medium-sized game. That's what this rifle is designed to do, so no big surprises here.
No, not really. They performed how they were supposed to, and they're good, both good quality guns.
And now we know how to use them.
Exactly.
You got, close range pesting or hunting you want to do, say 15 to 25 yards. The Terrus is great. You want to stretch it out further, or you have some bigger game. The Parrus is the right option. Find the best pellet that works for you and go get the job done.
Exactly. Again, we have to thank H&N
Right.
for providing the funding for us to get the ballistics gel and get this information out to the viewers.
Yeah, this whole segment comes to you from H&N Pellets. They hooked us up with everything we needed to bring this and hopefully a lot more, because we got a lot more of these already in the bag. We can't wait to show you. For now, my name is Rick Eutsler here with AirgunWebTV.
And I'm Cecil Bays, the Airgun Scout.
Thanks for watching.